So it's just hanging out right there in the church. When we started planning, I asked the kids to take a look at the wall and reflect about what we learned. And to reflect on what we learned that meant the most to them. As we did this, we first began with reviewing the UU principles, which are also hung on the wall in the classroom. And as proof, I've got my brainstorming session here, right? And these are the kinds of things that they said. They said after a year thinking about our classroom and this community, they were thinking about togetherness, giving, kindness, curiosity, equality, joy in challenges, balance, acceptance, and community. I think we can all agree these are remarkable takeaways from a year spent in this community. Through a highly democratic process based on which things got mentioned the most, we decided to focus today's service on acceptance, community, and kindness. What they decided they wanted to do today for the service is something a little different. What they decided they'd like to do is to have you have a little mini RE class. The kinds of things that we do back in that room is what we're going to invite you to do today. One thing I want to add to this. These are amazing young people. Many of them, I would say, are a bit more on the introverted side. So there are times that I may be doing the speaking, but I want you to know I'm doing the speaking under their direction because some of them would have preferred not to do the speaking, if that makes sense. So you may hear me talking, but please know this is the service that we've put together as a community. Okay, so with that said, announcements. And Xylee is going to bring around the microphone. If anyone has an announcement, if you raise your hand, Xylee will get the microphone to you.
Thank you, Xylee. Yes, I have the sign-up list. If you didn't get an opportunity to put your name on the list for the What Happened to You book, the women's book group, I have that. And then if you're interested in participating in the one-to-one getting to know you, please put your name on there and your phone number or email address. Thank you. And it will be up here.
We're publishing another directory of our UUCH friends and members. I had a draft copy out on this desk in the lobby. If you have a chance, just check it and be sure your information is still current or there or not there if you don't want it published to, it's just published in our local community, but let me know if any changes. Thank you.
I am a Vietnam vet and am a member of the Post in Marion, VFW Post. And I just want to let you know that we are in the 17th year of posting flags and crosses in the courthouse yard up there in memory of the deceased vets in Smith County. We started out with 125 flags and crosses, and now we're up to 1,400 plus that are posted in the courthouse yard there. The crosses are 2 feet wide, 3 feet tall, with the name of the deceased veteran of Smith County on each cross, and a flag that is 2 feet high and 4 feet wide, attached to a PVC pipe that's posted with each cross. It's really impressive to show our appreciation for the deceased vets. They will be up probably by this Friday, and will stay up for a week. So if you're up in an area, I would invite you to take a look at that real impressive display.
At the VFW.
No, they're on the courthouse yard.
Good morning, everyone. Like I said last week, my garden right now is super abundant, so we brought in a bunch of green stuff. So if you can help me let you take it home. I've got things like kale, bib lettuce, romaine lettuce, Chinese cabbage, bok choy, and a whole bunch of herb sprigs. So relatively cheap, I think. I hope. If not, I'll give it to you for free if you ask nicely, probably. So, thank you.
Simon, can you get this done?
Bill, you want to run annual meeting? Or you want me to? Sorry, I was asking Bill, but I'll just do it, it's easy. Just reminding people that we have a brief annual meeting after the service today where we do the all-important work of electing officers for next year and passing the budget, Kathy's favorite part.
Any other announcements? Great. Our opening words will be delivered by Annabelle Finney.
This is a poem by Shel Silverstein. It's called The Invitation. If you're a dreamer, come in. If you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar. If you're a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in.
Beautifully done, Annabelle. All right, Ember, it's your turn.
Can I have an adult come up here and help me?
Do we have any adults?
All right, if you just come to the other side of Ember, I'm gonna lay this for Ember because it's childproof. Okay.
Adult proof.
All right. And then you like nice job, Nicole. Next, we've got music offered to us by Lottie Gindo.
So I sung this piece in choir actually over Christmas, and I just felt like it needed to be heard here. So this is Where the Light Begins by Susan LeBar. Thanks, Mom, for playing the piano. Perhaps it does not begin. Perhaps it is all
offertory. Today, Twyla is gonna lead us. Each week for the offertory, we offer our time to stock the blessing box with care. To do this, we move our classroom wagon outside and place our littlest members inside. Then we all line up and pass the items one to another so we all touch every item and equally help as we fill the wagon with donations for the blessing box. Then we walk together down to the box and stock it carefully so it looks as neat as possible so that anyone who comes to the box knows it was stocked with care. Everyone helps do this. After it's all done, we walk back to the classroom together for our main activity of the day. Today, we invite you to join us. We have the items for the blessing box at the front of the church and we'll pass it to each side so you can all be a part of the stocking of the box. All you need to do is pass each item to the person beside you so they reach the back of the church. During the main part of the service, our littlest RE members and our teenager helpers will stock the box from the wagon.
I thought it was all baked good. I could have brought plenty. That was.
Yeah, we all, that's.
People still question it all the way around.
Popular item. I have worked a lot with the blessing box, and it's a popular item.
What exactly was it?
Nice job, everyone.
It's a new,
Yeah, they have a wagon back there. Usually we pop the little ones in and they walk the wagon down full of those items. And they're gonna do that a little later in the service, but I need the littlest ones for the next part of our service, which is what we call, you call joys and concerns, we call joys and challenges. So in front of you, you should have lots of the little stones. Yeah? I don't know if we have enough. I'm certainly hopeful that we do, but in a perfect world, you're each going to be able to grab 2 stones out of those jars, or at least one.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
And Xylee, I'm going to need you, and Harper, Cobain, and Violet, I'm going to need you. And Claire and Annabelle, I might need you to help Cobain, Harper, and Violet. Cobain, this is Cobain's favorite part of what we do, so we can't wait to share this with you. So, in your hands, you have 2 stones. One of these represents something joyful going on in your life right now. One of these represents something that's challenging for you right now. Or, if you prefer, 2 of these represent a joy, or 2 of these represent a challenge. In just a moment, we will invite you to share, as many of you as want to, your joys and your challenges, and Xylee will get the microphone to you. And then what we have learned in our classroom is that there is nothing in the world that brings Cobain and Harper especially more joy than being the ones who get to drop the stones. So what we have in the middle of the room here is our classroom. We call it our classroom vessel. Covered in the vessel is covered in words that matter to us back in that community. And much like you do with your water communion, there's water in there that represents something important to everyone who's part of the RE community or anyone who has visited us. If you have ever visited us back there, you know there's a little bit of your water in that vessel. So what we are going to do is, if you'd like to share your joys or your concerns, if you raise your hand, Xylee will bring the microphone to you, and there's a lot of us, so we're going to keep passing them around. If you also would like to just say them in your heart, silently, and pass your stones to the little ones to drop in, you never have to speak aloud if you don't want to. And we'll just drop our joys and our challenges through these amazing young ones into that vessel in the center. So again, just raise your hand if you want to share your joy or your challenge out loud, and Xylee will get the microphone to you. Otherwise, if you say them in your heart, we will send the little ones to grab the stones from you and drop them.
I have 2 stones of joy. One is seeing all the beautiful people here today. This is just marvelous. Right here I have a stone. And the second stone, if we haven't mentioned it, is a stone of joy that our own Barbara King Salzer got the Pulitzer Prize for giving Copperhead. Yay!
My brother-in-law is a Vietnam vet and is suffering from severe dementia. He is still at home with my sister, but they are having many, many challenges, as you might imagine. So if you keep them in your thoughts, I would appreciate it.
Joy that my brother, Dave, came to visit me from South Carolina this weekend, and we went to see him on the sunny side of Florida. If you've not seen it, it's wonderful.
I have a joy, or 2. One, I had a lovely Mother's Day event with all 3 of my kids and all but one of my grandchildren. But the other is that Bill and I never expected to see our 50th wedding anniversary because we married in our 30s, the first time for both of us. But we celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary last weekend. And of course, we had a nice, modest event at Elder Spirit with out-of-town cousins and all of our children, and it was lovely.
I have 2 joys. I have 2 grandsons in which they're 3 years with leadership and attendance awards and honor rollings. I do have a challenge. The butterfly and hummingbird wildflower seeds that I planted are not sprouting. We need more rain.
Can I have 3 joys? So we had an excellent trip to Cuba, right? I mean, it was really the best of all the trips that I've had, and so that's pretty wonderful. 2 is that I got to spend 10 days in Cuba with my sister, and I haven't seen her for 10 days, and gosh, I don't know how long, and that was really pretty special. And 3 is that I was just so happy to see Annabelle when we got back, and she was happy to see us when we got back, and that was pretty joyful too.
So I had similar things for my stones, except mine was to my dad. He came out to do the parenting while we were in Cuba, and it was really, really special to have him here, and a little bit sad to let him go again.
My joy and challenge is the same thing, which is learning new skills. in my middle years. For parents and family of kids in Washington County schools, you probably know that they all finished up this last week, so it was just a joy to see everybody be recognized for all their hard work and accomplishments. And Jason and I have one, not one in each school, but one in middle school and two in high school. It's nice.
I didn't qualify at this surgery and will be learning that on Monday.
I had a joy and a concern. The joy is that school is out now and it's summer break and the kids are home and get to sleep later and spend more time together. And my concern is it's summer break and the kids are home. I still have to work, so that creates its own challenges. But we're going to have a good summer.
I have a joy and concern, which are the same basically. Our joy is that we've been able to plant lots of veggies and flowers, and our concern is keeping the deer and groundhogs.
I have a joy. Sandra and I made it to Boston and back with my siblings and their spouses and an aunt. And we visited the site where my 11 generations removed grandfathers that stepped ashore in America. And we saw the graveyard where he is most definitely buried, but the stone is missing because it was removed by the French during the Revolutionary War to build ovens to make bread for the troops. But it was a very informative and enjoyable, but very tiring trip.
All right. You can see how lovely that is back in that classroom for those all to get to drop the stones. And here's how we always finish up. So we always take our hand. If everyone could extend their hand to the spot in the middle, close your eyes, please, if you feel like you can. For all of the joys and challenges spoken aloud and quietly in your hearts. For the bittersweet endings of school years and the beginnings of summers. For veterans we remember. For plants that refuse to grow. For memories of ancestors that we meet far across the country. Let's take a moment in our hearts and think about all of the things shared in this space. Let's take a deep breath in. Let it out. Pull it to your heart. Take another deep breath in. Let it out. And release it to the sky. Okay. So Harper, Cobain, Violet, Annabelle, and Claire, could you all go start the blessing box now? We're going to move into our next part of the service, which is the speaker section, but our speaker section today is going to be a craft. So let me tell you a little something about the charitable organization the children have chosen to do some fundraising for and walk you through how you can be a part. So our fundraiser this morning, which you saw go out in the weekly email, is for the Isaiah 117 house. We are holding a lemonade stand after church today. And let me talk to you a little bit about what Isaiah 117 houses are and how you can get more involved, including just supporting the children after church today. So the idea for Isaiah 117 houses began in 2014, where Corey and Rhonda Parsons went through training to become foster parents. As a part of their training, they attended a class in Washington County, Tennessee, from the Department of Children's Services office. And during that class, they were informed that when children are removed from their homes, they must often first go to the DCS office, and there they remain until they receive a placement. Rhonda looked around the cubicle-filled space and couldn't imagine a scared child sitting in such a cold, sterile environment waiting to learn their fate. Fast forward 1 year to 2015, when the Parsons family received a call about a foster child that had become available to them. Within an hour, they were picking up their foster son at the back door of an office building. He was dirty. He was in clothes that were too small, and he literally had nothing in the world. And so they asked themselves a question. What if there was a home where children could go to when they got removed? What if there was a safe place with friendly, loving volunteers? What if there was an environment with clean clothes and bath toys and snacks and comfy beds and toys? What if instead of cubicles, a potentially traumatized child could see smiles and books and snuggly blankets? Isaiah 117 says, defend the cause of the fatherless. And Rhonda says that's what she believed that her faith in God was calling her to do, defend the cause of the fatherless. She dreamed of a home with an open living space, a fully stocked kitchen, cozy bedrooms, places to play, fully stocked bathrooms, and she dreamed of a team of volunteers on call to greet children when they need love the most. She saw a place that was always ready to take in children in their greatest time of need. And she saw a calling to have people to lavishly love on them on one of their worst days. Isaiah 117 houses provide a comforting home where children instead can be brought to a loving place. This space allows children to receive the comfort and care they need, while child welfare staff does the necessary paperwork to identify a good placement. We believe that these homes have the potential to positively affect children as they are coming into custody in ways far beyond what we can imagine. As well as the support that children receive from caseworkers and future foster families who are a part of their journey, she believes that these homes can change the way that foster care begins. The mission of the Isaiah 117 house is threefold. First, the mission of Isaiah 117 houses is to reduce trauma for children awaiting placement. Second, the mission is to lighten the load on child welfare services. And third, the mission is to ease the transition for foster families. There are now numerous, more than I can count, Isaiah 117 houses in operation in Tennessee, Indiana, Georgia, Florida, Ohio, South Carolina, and Texas. Here in Virginia, there aren't any of these homes yet, but there is a home currently under construction in Lynchburg, Virginia, and we in Washington County, right here in Washington County, Virginia, are in the organizing and fundraising phase, which is where you all come in. Fundraising efforts so far have been so successful that they have recently hired a professional, Deborah, who met me to organize this lemonade stand, and she's the program coordinator for our future Washington County Isaiah 117 house. One of the many fundraising efforts for Isaiah 117 houses are yearly lemonade stands. Back in 2017, some kiddos in Johnson City and Kingsport started holding lemonade stands to benefit Isaiah 117 house, and now summers are full of Isaiah 117 house lemonade stands. You're going to see ours today, but you might see more as the summer goes on, and you'll know now what the kiddos are up to. I actually thought that we were the first one, but Claire said that she saw one, you're nodding your head, over the weekend, or she saw one earlier. So there are others that have already gone on. There should be a lot in the month of July. If you go to the website for the Isaiah 117 house, you can see the schedule for lemonade stands. So this is the idea. Isaiah 117 house encourages children to organize lemonade stands and then to share the proceeds from their lemonade stands with Isaiah 117 houses. Today after church, the children will be holding our first UU lemonade stand to benefit Isaiah 117 house. So if you feel so inclined, and I hope you do, please buy treats, buy lemonade, or even just donate to the children outside for this cause. We will, with your permission, be sharing photos online, and we'll be recording a video challenging the Abingdon United Methodist Church, who might have indicated they were open to such a challenge, for them to also do a lemonade stand this summer. So that brings us to our next part of our service today, which is we need some help decorating our lemonade stand. So what you have in front of you, you have a variety of different slices of lemons. Yes. Depending on how many of us are here today, there is definitely enough for everyone to have at least one lemon slice. Some of you may be blessed enough to have 2 lemon slices. Here's how it's going to work. Your lemon slice is one of 2 things. It either says your name. There's actually a whole bunch of them up here. Kiddos, if you want to help, we might want to distribute a few more throughout the room. Do you see there's more up here on the table? If it says name, we'd like you to write your name and 5 things that are awesome about you. 5 things that are, I know some of you are like, this is so hard. It isn't though. This is a lot of what we work on in RE. There are 5 things you're awesome at, or 5 things that are strong about you, or 5 ways that you help others. If you have one that indicates the UU Church of the Highlands, we'd like you to indicate 5 things that you love about this church community in each of the little segments. You see those little segments? And then the last part is, once you've completed a lemon, you're going to need to go make a friend across the church, and the kiddos can help you to take your lemon slices together into a full and complete lemon slice. Lottie, do you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm okay. I'll help here.
Yeah.
A quick guide. If some of the lemons have a space under the lemon, to make a full lemon, you'll need to find, some of them do not. I'm sorry. Is it okay if I use this lemon? Some of them do not.
Oh.
You can come sign right there.
Some of them have spaces underneath. Some of them do not. To make the lemon full, you need to find someone whose lemon does not have a space if yours does, or vice versa.
And then using the Scotch tape that has been provided, you're going to, and the kids can help you, tape your lemon together.
No, you just pick whatever one you get, and then you let somebody else have a card that has the space. What's your name? Are we supposed to do 2 or just choose? I think you can choose one or the other.
And then my young people who are helping, help join some lemons together, help folks find one another, okay? When folks are done.
Oh. See, I've already messed up. See, we should have said that.
That's fine. This one looks different. This one.
Putting nice landscaping out. Absolutely. You can borrow my purchase money with you kind of see the scene.
After weeks, so that you can put this one there. So it right to the minute. Right to the
This is a wonderful opportunity to make a new friend across the church if you feel so inclined. Or the kids can help you make a new friend also.
I have space.
All right, my kiddo friends, some of them are now done. If you want to collect those, we will get them attached to our lemonade stand. It will become part of our community lemonade stand. So kiddos, you want to collect them once they're done.
So glad. Isn't this wonderful? And all these kids.
That's no big deal. They do work.
Any more lemons that are done? Ryan's going to collect some. Not right there, Ryan. You got a lemon? Can you go with Ryan?
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm going right to my 60th
Just put them out together, and then I'm going to need you kiddos.
next week, this week.
Sorry. No problem. No. That's what he said. He can do a lot of work. Yes, but this is the one time that I need to always. I have more time hearing the children than do any of that.
Yes.
I could tell she was a great singer.
I think we are ready to
Couldn't
move on
understand
to the next part of our service, once I've got Mabel hopefully back. So one of the things I was doing as we put this together is teaching them about the different parts of the service, right? So the next part of your service is the polylog section, right? And many of them have agreed to participate in a polylog section. And this is how we agreed that we would do it. So if you're a kiddo that wants to be a part of the polylog, will you go ahead and stand in line right across the front of the church? Apparently it's just Ember. Ember, Rosalie, you gonna polylog? Charlie, you want polylog? Mabel, you gonna polylog? Sly? No. Okay. Ryan, are you gonna polylog? No. Okay. Excited. That's right. These three are wonderful polyloggers. All right. So you can use short phrases. Okay. All right. I've got a couple of questions preloaded for them, and so when it's your turn, answer my question for the congregation. And then pass the microphone to the kid beside you, and we'll all do it. And then if there are some questions from the congregation, they would be happy to take them. So I want to think about your lemon slices that you just made. And I'm wondering if you could tell us a few of the things that you love about yourself or that are really great about yourself. Okay, so Ember, can you get us started?
Even though it can be challenging sometimes, I like being a little sister. And I guess sometimes I'm a little kind. I try to protect people that are close to me. I like baking.
The next thing I'd like to know, what are some things that you appreciate or even love about this church community?
I like how easy it is to fit in.
Everyone's supportive of each other.
It's very welcoming.
I'd like to know if there is something in the world right now that you find kind of scary, something that when you think about the future, something that makes you kind of nervous or afraid.
What else am I to do the world?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I didn't hear that, Rosalie. What was it? Going to middle school, yes. What's something that you all are hopeful about the future?
That I can have a happy life.
The pandemic's slowing down a little.
I get a dog.
Do any of you have questions for the children? And if so, we can walk a microphone out to you. All right, so Ember, do you mind to walk the microphone? Oh, it's not this should really be your job. Look, she's taking it over. But yeah.
Thank you. And so Rosalie, sorry, was that I like bacon or I like baking? And please note that both answers are correct.
So, is that what you, microphone runner? Because you've done such a good job at it so far today. Rosalie, you can think of your answer as the microphone is coming to you.
The answer could also be both.
I said baking, but I agree on both.
Thank you.
Great. Does anyone else have any questions for these three brave young people who are polylogging with you all right now?
Sorry, but I'm aware I'm also a child. But what's one thing y'all are hoping for over the summer?
Ooh, I know you've got time to think. Yeah.
Getting it all.
Trying to stay in touch with people from my school.
Getting a dog.
And I believe Aaron has a question, and here. And then we'll wrap up our polylog after these two questions.
So my question is for Amber, and I'm wondering if you can tell us a little more about the highs and lows of being a little sister.
These three would all know a little bit about something, but Amber did mention it.
Question's open for anyone.
It's hard because I'm always competing with my older sibling. It's hard because he's usually a jerk. It's hard because he usually gets like higher privileges than me, and it's easy because then I don't know, I'm littler. I can stay young for longer. And like I'm gonna be younger than him. He's gonna be like 42 and I'm gonna be 40, and I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes it can feel like you're stuck in your older sibling's shadow, especially if you're like me and you share a lot of hobbies in common with your sister. And if one of us doesn't like a movie, then we're pretty much banned from watching it for life.
And Rosalie, yeah. Let's see what Rosalie's got to say. Rosalie, do you have any thoughts on this topic?
When they move out, I decided I'd get their records.
And let's do one more question over here. You all asked, you're getting your answers, yeah.
What's something you think that we should know about your teacher?
Put her on the spot.
It's gonna take a second. She's nice.
She is literally my mother.
She gives us candy.
You need to know, I literally do not think I have ever given them candy. Oh, your school teacher. I was like, is that like the dog, right? All right. You all, thank you so much for your polylog. Good job. All right, moving into our last little bit of music, the kids decided that since you always sing this little light of mine, and they never really get to finish it because they're walking out of the church, we are going to lead you in a multi-verse version of this little light of mine that we can all sing together. Okay? Ready?
Come up here.
Okay.
Children, get up here.
All right. Good job.
John, how are you?
All right, go ahead and start us off.
This little light of mine,
I'm gonna
let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Everywhere I go,
as a token of that love, there is a plant outside for each of you to take home and to take care of over the summer. Plant it, nurture it, watch it grow, and just know that whatever happens, that we are here for you again at the end of the summer for another great year of RE. So please don't leave without picking up your plant before you go. And for our closing words today, Claire, they've got some words for you.
For closing words, I have a poem by Emily Dickinson. We play at paste till qualified for curl, then drop the paste and deem ourselves a fool. The shapes, though were similar, and our new hands learn gem tactics, practicing sands.
All right, thank you all. Coffee, conversation, and lemonade stands.